Hello everybody and welcome back to the restoration of this Nieuport 24, a design by David Boddington, a 3-channel model which was designed way back in 1976. I believe this model would have probably been made about that time, and I say that by looking closely at the glues that were used when I was putting it back together. I think it's maybe 48 years old. And it was in a pretty sorry state. The wings were badly twisted, the tail surface was missing altogether along with the rudder, and the fuselage had multiple holes in it. So buoyed on with a great day's flying yesterday, we managed to maiden Roy's Ladybird, which was great to see in the air eventually. I thought I'm going to get up early and I'm going to get the paintwork finished on this model. And as you can see, it's a rather striking design. Silver or aluminium body with the roundels and the tricolor stripes painted on. Somebody had asked me why I'd made life hard for myself by painting around the roundels and not just painting everything aluminium first and then applying the other markings on. Well, the reason for that is the aluminium shows through quite strongly. It means that you have to do multiple coats of paint to get the roundels to stand out, and it actually discolours them quite badly. And I didn't want to do that, so the lesser of two evils was to paint around them. This particular design with the tricolor stripes upper and lower wing was one that I found because I have seen another photograph which shows roundels on the upper and lower wings on the upper surfaces, and I thought if I can avoid just having to draw another pair, I would take that, and I think it looks rather striking. On the underside you can see that it's more roundels. Goody for me, which I've painted on this morning, and I think there's quite a contrast between the upper surface and the lower surface of this model, which will greatly help in orientation, and that can't be a bad thing because by far the worst colour I personally find to see in the air when you're flying is anything that's silver or aluminium. And without these markings, I think this would be a really difficult model to see in the air or to orientate in the air. And it's not very big. It's only got a wingspan of 41 inches. So anything that helps, I'm going to take it. What do I need to do next? Well, I need to turn this piece of wood into a pair of spars because they have been long lost and they need to be made. And I think the wing also needs those spars to maintain its shape because they're very flexible, and without the spars I think the wood twists around quite a bit, and for that reason I'm going to try and make the rigging actually functional in this model. It's small enough to put in the car in one piece and it'll stay like this. I won't be dismantling it, I'll leave it in one piece. Radio gear to install, most of that, in fact all of that, goes just under the CG, so in terms of balance point it won't make much difference. Originally it's designed internally, if you look closely at the beams, for a standard large servo. I may actually use smaller ones. I've got small, so you can see these are slightly smaller. They're in focus by comparison to the larger ones. It'll just save weight, and if they're both going at the point of CG, they're not going to make any difference other than adding dead weight. So there we go, that's where we're up to. Rather happy with that. As I say, we had a great day flying yesterday, maiden time with Roy's plane, so I felt really positive about getting the painting done this morning. At the end of it, I thought never again. But the roundels are hand painted now, and I think they actually look better than putting vinyl stickers on them or transfers on, because it's obvious that the transfers or vinyl stickers when all's said and done. So I think that's quite effective. I'm pleased with it, and from a foot away I can live with that. It'll need a spray of fuel proof over the surfaces, but I have run the engine in this plane and there's very little gunge from the exhaust getting on the model at all. I'm going to concentrate therefore on the undersurface in terms of fuel proofing. So if you can get out flying, do so. That's what the hobby's all about after all. If you can't though, let's make the most of this hobby and get a little bit creative. And in terms of creativity, I've thoroughly enjoyed bringing this back from the dead. Hopefully it flies as good as it looks. Thanks for looking in now. Take care. Thumbs up if you don't mind. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I think you'll enjoy the journey. Bye everybody.